Get your ass, man. Get your ass off, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so check this. We're at Summer League. Yeah, 223, you already know. Checking out all the young guys. Jabari Smith, the Greens, the Chet Holmgrens, the Wimbies, all that, you know what I mean? I had to come over here and just see it myself. But yeah, we in here set up. We're gonna come over here and just check it out. So we're in Summer League. You already know, it's KG certified, baby. Yeah, let's get it. I heard Chet Holmgren had a good Summer League too, so I had to come over here and pull up and just see it for myself. But I think we might be 2-3 days late, because a lot of the young boys, a lot of the talent that's playing, all the good talent we got, probably gonna shut it down just because they don't want nobody to get hurt and shit. But yeah, I had to come over here and check it out myself. You know what I'm saying? Me, Dolo, by myself. Yeah, let's get it. I didn't play Summer League. When I came out of Summer League, man, I came in 1995, man, we was actually in a lockout right before, I think October 1st, the lockout ended, and then the season started. And I had to go into veterans camp, fresh, raw, like uncut, like I ain't had nothing. But luckily, during that same summer, I played in a couple Chicago pro-ams. I played in Atlanta pro-am. I played in UCLA, which is like a pro-am in LA. Went down to Houston and played at some of their stuff. And just had a great summer of play so that I was prepared to go into veteran camp. So when camp came around, I was already ready. One of the things I like, or at least when I'm coming into these, I like to see how the crowd affects the players. I like to see how the players come in and feel the vibe and how they play in their vibe, you know. First thing I checked when Wibby played or when Victor played, I could tell that the atmosphere was new to him. That whole energy and how Summer League be, I could tell that affected kind of his play. And I could see how he adjusted second game to that same energy. So, you know, to show up, pop up, to see the play firsthand is everything. So, you know, I noticed Jabari Smith ain't playing tonight. Some of the young guys got hurt earliest part of the play. You got to come in here and get that first off, you know what I'm saying? Because this is the first part of how the league's going to be for the year. So I like to see this up close and personal. So today we got the great Albert Hall in here, the godfather of the Summer League, straight up and down. How'd you even get into this 20 years ago to even start a Summer League?
So I worked for the Seattle Sonics back in the 90s.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So Kemper and GP and Det and all those guys.
Yeah. Nate McMillan.
Yeah, Nate.
Yeah.
Hersey. And my man David Wingate, all those guys.
Yeah, those are guys.
Yeah, we had a squad.
Good times.
And so I worked for Coach Carl. I was his right-hand guy, and his agent was guy Warren Legary. And he's an OG in the business, right? And so we've developed a really good relationship. Boston had the big-time Summer League with LeBron. The next year, they had the Democratic National Convention. They didn't have enough rooms for Summer League. So it was like, hey, we got a shot. Warren talked to Commissioner Stern. Okay, we'll move it to Vegas. We'll see how it goes first year. First year, we had 6 teams and a box of flyers. 6 handshakes and a box of flyers is our story. About 45 days to put it all together. Had inflatable people in the stands making it look busy.
I remember this.
Yeah, and so, but at the end of year 1, the teams were like, you know what, we got something here. So year 2, we got to 12 teams. Then we started growing, got it to year 3 with 18. And then from there, it was like, look, let's just grow the vision. What can we do with it? NBA came in, supported it. Then down the road, we had, the first year we really blew up was, when we did 2 gyms, we had KD and Obi, right?
Okay.
1 versus 2 in here.
Yeah.
So we grew up a little bit, took a chance. And then from there, man, just, you know, like anybody else with small business, hustling, tweaking, fine-tuning.
At this time, is Utah and Orlando Summer League set up at these times?
And the Pyramid in LA.
In LA, okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's when they was going to Long Beach, right?
Long Beach Pyramid.
Got you.
So that was a big one to get them, because at the time it was like, anytime they'd play there, it was just popping, sold out, right?
Facts.
And so once they started coming here and the Clippers started coming here, now we can market in LA. People always want to, as you and I spoke about, they always want to come to Vegas.
And they always going to follow the Lakers. The Lakers got a huge following. The Clippers got a huge following on the West Coast.
No doubt.
Wow, that's crazy. So, you know what's crazy about that? I think Utah's still going. I don't think Orlando still does it. I don't think Long Beach still does it.
No, they don't. Utah is still going. We work with
Utah's
them now,
still going?
too. So they have a smaller crew. We work with them on the schedule. And then Sacramento has...
Yes, they got the California Classic now. Yeah.
So it's, we're always looking and see, hey, how can we make it better? But incorporating their plans as well, we're cognizant of it, right? Like teams are going to play there, and then they're going to play here. They start a little later here. So they can do both. Here we see that the Stars are going to play at least a couple games and then maybe shut it down, but they get a good read on them.
I see that a lot of guys are playing a couple games, either Utah, Sac, and then come here, play 2 or 3 games and then chill. Like, versus 5, 7, 8 games here, shut it down.
Right.
They're playing like a little bit. So I like that.
Yeah.
Because I think the Summer League is if you're in the league 3 years and under, you should play Summer League, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you're not good enough to sit on the side and say that you're...
Yeah, if you're not a rotational guy, you still got to be. And here's the other thing, KG. The teams are all evaluating you here because you might be part of a trade.
Facts.
Right? Hey, that guy played really well. He would fit our system better. I remember Shannon Brown was like that when he got traded. I think he got drafted by Cleveland, came here, and then was thrown into a Laker trade.
Remember that.
It worked perfect for him, right?
Because people had seen him, right?
Correct. And it's just a different style of play. So, you can't tell everything here. Obviously, these guys haven't played together very long. But you can get a read on their motor. You get a read on their court presence. What they can do.
The passions.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
effort.
As you know, man, it's like everybody has certain strengths and weaknesses. How do you accentuate those strengths?
Yeah. And then, too, Summer League is for coaches.
100%.
Coaching, trying new stuff, experimental stuff, R&D.
Yep.
Great place to try things, traps.
Yep.
I see stuff in Summer League that becomes suggestive and in the mind to reality.
Yeah.
This is where you're able to work on things with young guys. You got the bodies to work on it. Teams don't practice as much no more.
Yeah.
Talk about how you've seen the industry change a little bit from when you started.
No doubt. I mean, especially here, these staffs are larger, right? The veteran players are off-season training on their own.
Yeah.
But to your point, a guy like Steve Kerr, right? He coached his very first game at Summer League. Right? Becky Hammonds, she jumped in and said, hey, I'm going to coach the Spurs, won the title, won one of our first championships, right? So you get that, you move over that one seat, it's that much faster, right?
Wow.
And so even if it is Summer League, you're still leading the team. You're running, you're calling your sets. You're like you say, we're going to try to trap this. We got a guy who's been going off on us. Let's trap him, change it up, see how you can read and react. So I think that's a big thing, but coaches come from all over the world, too. Yeah. We get the international guys here on part of their staff. So you do try that a little bit. And then from the evaluation standpoint, the coaches are being evaluated, too, Yeah. That's what's up. So it's like they have to figure out, hey, what are my strengths and weaknesses as well? And no better time. Everybody says, hey, I got to get in the lab. Yeah. Everybody's in the lab.
Everybody at this time.
Yeah.
July is about just that, getting better. From July to September 1st is probably, or September 15th is or to October 1st.
Yeah.
From here on out.
And that was one of the things, too, like when we sat down with Adam Silver's been part of this from day one.
That's dope.
Helping us all out.
That's good.
And he had the entertainment side already figured out where, hey, we got to get this on TV and show it. But the whole idea with us early in the years, back in 04, 05, was how do we bridge that gap year-round? So NBA, people are talking about the NBA during free agency, during draft, and then Summer League. As we said, the stories of the young guys coming in, you can run it up and build it up to where, okay, now I get to see them play at Summer League. I watch their process through combine, draft, all that. And then free agency's dropping every day.
Every day.
So last night we had, Ant Edwards signed his max deal in one of our rooms over here.
Oh, say what?
Did a little press conference.
Oh, that's dope, man.
Yeah.
To my man.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Good for him, man.
KG, I got a little something for you.
Oh, snap.
You, man.
What you got, bro?
We started out when you won this thing, you got like a couple hot dogs and a Red Bull,
Okay.
Now we come full circle.
Are you serious? Say word. You designed this?
Yeah. That's with the help of our buddy here. That box.
Yeah, Jason from Beverly Hills.
Jason
Yeah.
Beverly Hills.
Now what am I looking at?
You're looking at the 2023 NBA Summer League championship ring right there.
So when the winners of Summer League is gonna get this right here?
You're gonna get that rock right there. So the nice part too, KG, when we first did this was, I thought, yeah, but think about it.
First piece of hardware.
There's only, exactly.
First piece of hardware. I was just telling Money that this is where the league starts right here. It starts
here.
in the
It's your
summer.
first time you're a pro.
First off, yo.
Right.
The first day of Summer League, when you get all the teams together, welcome to Summer League, this should be right behind you spinning. Yeah, on like a display.
Yeah.
And this should be on the Jumbotron as you speak and welcome everybody. This is what you're playing for.
That's it,
This
right
is your
there.
This is your first taste of success in the league, right here.
Yep.
Thank you for showing me this, man. Seriously, man, it's KG certified, man. We got the one and only, the Rock himself, man. Mitch Richmond in this motherfucker.
What's
man,
up,
Rock,
big fella?
what's up with you, man?
Always, man.
Man, Joe,
Always
listen, man.
love. Always love.
Man, always. What you been up to, man?
Hey, man, I'm just moving, man. I'm trying to, do some things. Really trying to bring Run TMC to the forefront.
Documentary?
Working on the doc. Yep. Shopping it around right now and trying to figure it out. But I got some things in the pipe, and hopefully it's gonna be looking good for that.
Us, man.
We got to chop it up. Because I've been to the office, and we definitely need to talk about that. We definitely need to talk about it.
that,
Yeah.
I talked to J.R. Ryder, man.
Yeah.
And he told me that you was a huge influence on not only his development, but his game, A to Z, man. Talk about, because that's a story that a lot of people don't know. Talk about you and J.R. Ryder's relationship.
Well, me and J.R. Ryder actually met when I was at Kansas State. J.R. was at a junior college down the street from Kansas State.
Oh, okay.
So Kansas State was recruiting him when I was leaving, they wanted J.R. to replace me. And so every summer he would come down and he would play with us. And so we would battle all the time. And became really good friends. Love the competition, and I think we also kind of piggyback on each other's games. I always tried to mentor him. I always tried to tell him what to be, to look out for. He understood that he had a big brother in me. Anytime he wanted to talk about anything, I was a helping hand.
I didn't know that, man. I didn't know that you was a huge part of that. He had a lot to say.
Yes.
Talk about the importance of having older figures in some of these younger generation.
I think it's very important. I think for us, when you guys was coming up, we were that avenue for you. And the one thing everyone loved about you, because you had the knowledge of the game, you knew who played before you. I think sometimes some of the kids don't know who played before them. You know what I mean? And they need to get that education of how this game started, how it's been, who's been playing their position. And I think the educational will really kind of help you to evolve, not only on the court, but off the court. Just to really kind of breach and your reach need to be your education of what you're trying to really and truly accomplish and master. So being able to know who played in front of you is very important.
That's why I think the Run TMC doc is imperative.
Very important,
Because you see the history of where all this comes from.
Exactly.
And now you look up, you're like, damn, that's kind of like what we're doing here.
Exactly.
The documentaries to me are just sources of knowledge.
Yes, no question about it. And, we played only 2 years, and people still remember that Run TMC. So I want to really kind of bring it back and kind of get an education of even how Golden State plays now. We did that 30 years ago and how it was. So thank you, man, for having me, brother. And we definitely going to talk and chop it up.
Man, let's get it.
LA, brother. Appreciate it, man.
Certified, dog. Y'all know what it is. I want to first off say, man, welcome back, man. It hurt me to see you get hurt last year, man.
Hurt me too, man.
Man, talk about last year and just watching everybody and what you were able to soak up.
Yeah, I mean, the way I looked at it, it could be a blessing or a curse when I got hurt. Obviously, nobody wants to go through that situation, but, I feel like I made the most out of it, worked on my body, watched the game for a year. I feel like I picked up a lot of things that I can use this year, so.
I watched you play in Utah. I watched your first game in the Utah Summer League. And I could see the difference in the years, bro. Not only do you look stronger with your IQ, bro. I'm watching the intangibles. I'm watching what you do off the ball. I'm watching how far you drift out versus you drifting in. Bro, you blocking everything. Fucking blocking everything.
Learned it from somebody, man.
I love it, Lord. I love it, man. I'm all over the place. But Just talk about your progression, man. Like what you feeling confident in, what do you want to actually show coming up this year?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of things. One, the main focus is to, help us win games.
No doubt.
And, we got a young team who's got a lot of work to put in to do that.
Love y'all, though. Y'all look good, though.
Yeah, but, it's just going to take repetitions in games to, figure out my game, how I fit with these dudes, how they fit with me. Find my touch back on some of the shooting, shooting in-game free throws after not doing it for a year feels way different. So, just getting all that stuff back. And then continue to change and evolve as the season goes on. As the scout, there's more games on the scout. What teams let me do or try to take away is going to change. So I just got to kind of adjust to all that.
Shea Alexander's one of my favorite young players in the league, bro. One of my favorite. Super killer. He doesn't get enough recognition. I feel like just, it's all good. Small market, OKC. Talk about the excitement of playing with him next year.
Man, it's gonna make my job easier. Playing with somebody that's got that talent and that ability. His gravity on the court is huge. All 5 dudes on the other team are gonna be worried about him. So it's gonna open things up for me as well as my other teammates. He's just a great dude too. So it's gonna be fun.
I'm looking forward to y'all playing, man. A lot of people don't know, man. You're a Minnesota kid. You know what I'm saying? I always watch you from afar. I always watch you. Gary Trent, Jr. is like my nephew.
Yes, sir.
Talk about growing up in Minnesota. Curating your own game, like getting you to this point.
Yeah, there's been a good lineage of hoopers out of Minnesota. I feel like it kind of started when dudes were able to kind of look up to dudes like you. Want to go ahead and do that. I was a little too young to be able to watch you in Minnesota.
It's all good.
Yeah, but I've definitely gone back on YouTube, seen all the highlights and stuff. But
it's all good.
Just coming from Minnesota, I feel like the talent that we've had there has pushed each other, and it's made us better and allowed more dudes to come out of there. So hopefully we can keep going.
What has your summer been like this year? Is it hectic just coming back, or you having a relaxed summer? What are summers like for you?
Summers are my time to get better. I feel like I've had an extended off season with the injury, obviously. So. Nothing's really changed. I got, my plan in front of me, and, I'm not kind of wavering from that. I'm sticking to it, making sure I'm working on what I need to work on.
What's the season goals? What's the number one goal what you want in the season? What's the number one goal?
Number one goal is to help my team win.
Okay, cool. Got you. Stay healthy second. Got you.
Yeah, stay healthy. I got to be on the floor. Availability is the best ability, so that's definitely a very high priority. And then just continue to get better. It's gonna be ups and downs. Every rookie goes through it. Even good vets go through it. So. Just got to stay the course. Hopefully my game speaks for itself.
Anything I can help you with, you hit me.
I got you. Let's get in the gym.
Thank you, dog.
Let's get in the gym.
Always, man. Great to have you, man. Thank you for coming through Showtime. I'm in LA.
Okay.
I travel, though. I travel. If you're in Minnesota, I'll come to Minnesota. It's nothing, wherever you're at.
I'm going to be out there working out.
Let me know. I'll pull up on you.
Let's
It's knowledge.
Let's get in the
Just
gym.
ABC,
Yeah, I'll try to pick your brain a little bit. That's love.
Good to see
Appreciate
you,
you.
man. Great to see you, man. Good luck this year. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Kick some ass.
Got you. Let me take your number down.
Yeah, absolutely. Certified.